Katy Perry once said, "Do you ever feel like a plastic bag drifting through the wind, breaking into microplastics?" Okay, maybe she didn't say that last part, but I bet your ears perked up at the term microplastics. There's a growing public health concern about microplastics and how they can impact our human health. Researchers are studying how toxic and how widespread these plastic particles are, but it can be difficult and labor intensive to measure the size, type, and presence of microplastics in all of our ecosystems. Nanoplastics pose even more serious problems. Their smaller size makes them penetrate biological tissues and the food web more readily, and they are more challenging to detect. To truly answer the question of how much, which is necessary to understand how toxic to humans, we must first understand how our large plastic products are breaking apart into microplastics and nanoplastics. That's where my research fits in. I am taking a data-driven approach to compile nearly 300 studies on plastic degradation via sunlight, mechanical forces, and microbes. My database of unified rates and lifetimes can inform an environmental risk assessment, which can help us to mitigate our plastic waste problem. See, the thing is, unlike other pollutants, plastic degrades in a multi-step and multi-phase reaction. So there are different types of measurements to study a plastics breakdown. So far, I found that both plastic type and weathering type can be important predictors in how and how quickly a plastic will degrade into further products. This can help us to understand how, why, when, and where micro and nanoplastics exist in nature. This knowledge can then help us make smarter choices initially about the plastics that we use. My initial research revealed a lack of data and understanding in specifically how mechanical forces degrade plastic. This gap motivated my next step to focus on one mechanical degradation mechanism called abrasive wear. This happens when hard sand and soft plastic slide against each other, which occurs widely in riverbeds, beaches, and desert environments. We simulated these interactions in the lab, and I found that the plastic was not just breaking apart into microplastics and then further into nanoplastics. Instead, the plastic film I used strictly released nano-sized particles, and there were nanoplastics stuck to the sand. In a riverbed or desert environment, transport of sand with plastic stuck to it could cause the further release of nanoplastics and potentially interact with other harmful pollutants. My research on a plastic bag drifting through the wind and breaking into micro and nanoplastics may not be sung to a catchy tune like the Katy Perry song, but it will help us to better understand how our plastic products are impacting human health and changing the environment.